Hello everybody, my name is that Joe Guy and welcome back to where the seaweed is always greener. How are we doing today, you might ask? I don't even mean to say how, I just did say, let's go, we got things to do today. And things have changed. First of all, as you can see, I've got that new square shield. I gotta say, I like the look of it less with the helmet, but more without. And more from the front, but less from the back. But it is undeniably better, so we're definitely going with it. Not by much, but definitely better. So we are moving on. Who are we taking today? This is a very important question. I need to be the warrior. So that's our party. And we are heading at Sundermount, because there is a stuff thing here in Sundermount that I want, and I'm on my arse because I honestly didn't really think about recording too much. I was just like, I feel like recording. Fraps, Audacity, microphone working, yes, here we go. I mean, I knew I was going to do it today, but I was just like, fuck it, just get it done. Not because it's like a chore or anything, but because like I've been excited to play this, because as you may have noticed, the last couple sessions I've had a bit of a sore throat.
You must join us. Do you see that now? You must stand with Kirkwall's mages.
It's not my fight.
You can't hide in Sundermount. There is no place for you among the Dalish.
No, my clan is all I ever cared about. Everything I did for them.
On second thought, maybe don't try to help us.
Glad we went somewhere with that. Yeah, just so I'm well enough to kind of hopefully record for a while today. I certainly have the time to do so, being the holidays and all, so yeah. Anyway, enough meta discussion. We're in the world, and let me tell you about what's changed. Look at me. Where have all my abilities gone and why has everything changed? I don't like change. I got a Maker's Sigh. And I don't know why I'm going here, I've already drank it. I got a Maker's Sigh, this wonderful, inexpensive potion that Dragon Age 2 provides, which resets all my attributes and my abilities, so I took my strength down a little bit and I gave myself a bit more constitution, a bit more willpower, okay? So I'll have a bit more stamina to be playing with. But also, the way that things have been going with Iain recently, there's been some abilities that I have made use of, and some which I have realised I am not really making much use out of. Shield defense is as an example of one, and I've been reading up a little bit about on how to maybe be the sort of warrior that I want to be. So essentially, I have I've given myself the abilities that I want, that I definitely want. As you can see, I've specialised a bit into Battlemaster. When fighting solo, a Battlemaster is an efficient killing machine. When fighting alongside allies, the warrior becomes a seasoned leader who can rally others to turn the tide of combat. So I gave myself Bolster, which gives me stamina regeneration of 5%, which as far as I can tell, I can just trigger over and over again until I get bored of those hot beats. There's a bit of a delay between it, but I'm assuming that'll be tempered by basically having to give up the time to do it. Like its cooldown is basically non-existent aside from its animation time. I want to specialize a bit further into this stamina stuff. Potentially, again, there's a reason I haven't picked up these absolutely yet. I've also gone into Rally, which will give the benefits of Turn the Blade whenever I have that access to. Whenever I have that activated, I should say. I think I specialized further previously into one of these, I actually forget. Oh, and Elemental Aegis if I decide to pick it up. Or Mighty Control, as you can see, I've specialized out of the Vanguard tree for now. We'll talk about that more in a little bit. So Rally's cool, but this is kind of, I spotted this and I went, that's interesting. Reserves 30% of stamina, and for 10 meters around me, my companions work better, are more defensive, and have more damage reduction as a team. And I can use this to kind of get a bit more threat transferred, or damage transferred over to me from companions within 10 meters. This has reflections strangely, especially cannot be used at the same time as Bravery, with Bravery. Warmonger. The Warmonger is a confident adversary, well versed in taunting foes, cutting through them and sending them to the dirt in a bloody heap. Warmongers are also experts in controlling enemy aggression, so on and so forth. Now Bravery, unwavering courage grants bonuses that increase proportionally to the number of enemies the warrior is engaging. Now, this came up a few episodes ago, that I realised that I don't make as much use out of this. I am often surrounded by enemies but it's kind of rare that I'm not doing that, and also in Stonewall or something like that. I will often be flitting around the battlefield, sort of quite close to my companions, but not really trying to surround myself in the middle of a bunch of them. And when there is a bunch of them, I usually try to bring them down as quickly as possible. So this aggressive encouragement to be surrounded by enemies, not only am I not getting the best use out of it, but it reflects, moving from this to this reflects a change in Iain's character, which I want to be about. Less about the individual bravado, which may have won him the title of Champion of Kirkwall, but more about trying to focus that and use these warrior abilities responsible and for the benefit of others around him. So we're going to rock battle synergy for a little bit. Again, these are kind of builds which I'm going to be trying out, and so we can always go back on them if I decide to, but I think in general this is building more towards what I want to be. So aside from that, we give ourselves the Templar abilities that I had already. I don't think I've changed that at all. And now I need to make a decision. Essentially, we're at this point. As you can see, I have specialized into Berserker. I like what I said about Iain feeling this frustration and this rage which he has chosen to channel, so I definitely like to specialize in Berserker, which gives me an automatic mana stamina regeneration rate of +10, but I'm not sure if I want to go into its abilities at the moment. Looking into this a little bit further, what it gives me is this. It relies on me having a lot of stamina in order to use, and basically it's like a burst. You can imagine having your stamina bar at more or less as full as it's going to get to be with your modes, and then you activate this, and you would activate something like this, which increases your movement speed but makes you more vulnerable to damage, or this, which basically gives you some stacking, +5% to damage for a short period of time, and I could just click that over and over, especially if I have this, which eliminates the cooldown on it, and then spend all my stamina to do this massive burst of damage to foes. This is one route that I could go down. Or I could go down Vanguard, just trying to get myself a little bit more into the offense as well as the defense. So Control, Might, Cleave, Massacre, we've seen Fenris make great use of all this, and this emphasizes a form of control of that power, of that damage, which I like as well from a character-based perspective. Iain is very much at a crossroads. Today, right now, as I'm going to spend these ability points, he is choosing which direction to go. So say, in my head, if I was to go down to Berserker, I would specialize a little bit more into some defensive talents and then go into Berserker maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 talents worth in order to make this burst of damage sort of tactic a viable reality. Whereas I could also go into Vanguard and get this stuff, maybe again about 4 talents deep, and then specialize in some maybe a few more sort of stuff here, like the threat management, that sort of thing. But basically the idea of this being turtle up, and then when ready, unleash a whole load of damage. Or have some decent defense, and also have some really great passive damage dealing ability across the board. Today in Sundermount, with a cave that we spotted last time, we're going to test these versions out. And I will warn you, this will involve a little bit of saving and loading. I want to be sure of my choice before moving on. So I think we're going to go over to this cave here. I'm going to take some talents in one tree and then work out what I want to do with the rest of them. I believe this is Darkspawn in here, and I don't know if this is anything to do with this journal entry I unlocked. A hidden layer has been added to the map. It may well be, but it didn't appear on like my quest markers or anything like that, so I'm not sure what the deal is. So let's save here. I have a few saves here that you can see was when I tried to like specialize this, but that's different. So let's save over pre-spec, because that's what we're doing. And yeah, okay, so I'll be doing some cunning at this point as I level. I think I'm going to test out the let's see, I guess it doesn't really matter, so I'll test out the Vanguard specialization thing first, and then we'll go back to it. Actually no, it'll be more useful for me to test out the Berserker way first. That'll be, because that's the weirdest combination. I want to make sure it's even workable before I try it out. This whole thing may take a while. I'll be doing a lot of editing, so back with you in a little bit. Okay, for test 1 here, I gave myself Might, Control, Cleave, and the Destroyer, which gives me some damage resistance. Now, I know stepping this up to Massacre will greatly increase this. I'll just need to keep an eye on that, bearing in mind that it'll probably be, if I go down this route, the next thing that I get. So, need to pay attention to things when, like, enemies are below 20% health, or lieutenants are below 10% health. Aside from that, I gave myself the upgraded Stonewall because that is going to be really useful, especially since I'm lessening my defensive capability. When I'm surrounded by enemies, I'll need to do this a lot more, and I gave myself this passive damage resistance and didn't go any further into the shield trees. Got this here for threat management because I've actually reduced the range of my taunt, sacrificed to the god of ability points. Let's see what comes of this. I guess I'll save this under the Vanguard slot, actually. Okay, let's boogie. And here we have a Dwarven tunnel. Concerning how often they reuse these environments, it's kind of a shame that they didn't have like more points of entry dotted around the place. I mean, there's one or two, which they have made use of, I recognize that, but still. So, is this gonna be it? Not gonna lie, I was hoping for a few more enemies there, game. You're not syncing with my ambitions at all. What a shame. We can always potter up Sundermount. I'm sure there's some giant spiders up there or something like that. You're never far from a fight in this game. Okay, here we go. A recently opened passage for the Darkspawn. I don't know if this is intentional, but the elves seem to be being closed in on from a few sides. Aha! Alright, so let's have a look at some of these abilities here. Everybody hold. I want to try and test this out as quickly as possible, and there's only a couple of zombies around. So if you guys wouldn't mind actually just stepping to the side, because there really is only a couple. Ian, I see you mid-swing there. How much damage do you do? It's 51. What's your current DPS? It's 85, so that's not better than it was previously, so let's activate Might, because I think that is better. Might is activated. And the battle synergy stuff isn't really going to help me until a little bit later, so it primarily is night. What's taking up so much of my stamina? Oh, I've got battle synergy on. I don't want it on. There we go. Alrighty. Bolster. See how that does. Okay, so that's like a wee chunk up. That'll come in handy. And I can't just use it again, can I? I can just keep using it. Okay. So, there's another skeleton here. Knock them both aside. Again, shield bash is another thing that I did not upgrade. So I've got my elemental weapon damage on at the moment. Let's see, what else can I do? I don't have any abilities actually. It's all kind of passive except for Cleave, which should be here somewhere. Get down there. Plus 75% damage from what I can tell for 10 seconds. Let's see it. Okay. Okay, and that's just running out just now. Okay, it's pretty good. And now it's run out, okay. Check out my team freaking out there. It's like, shall we help him? Shall we help him? No, I'm fine. Aha, an arcane horror. So this being a mage, this will be a good test. I'm at full stamina, and I am still a Templar, so let's just focus. So here he is, stun him. So I don't have my cleave, unfortunately, but it's recharging in just a few seconds. That'll come in handy when the time comes. Get ready with silence. I haven't sorted out my my hotbar yet. Silence. Fuck. Alright, well at least it didn't... Where's he gone, actually? Oh, he's back there, isn't he? Yeah, they don't move anymore. I forgot about that. Stop. Okay, so he's silenced now. And cleave has started up again, so am I good to just do that? So I'm losing health like crazy. Anders, if you wouldn't mind. Hey, he went down. Okay, just get him up again. We're still working out the kinks of this whole thing. And when you're quite done with that, get yourself a restoration. Come back. There you go. Okay, stun him again. An arcane horror is a hefty foe. And all my modes have gone. Stop. What?
Let's finish this!
So, yeah, health is something I need to keep an eye on. Part of this is being defensive, but I'm also facing an arcane horror by myself. They appear to have, decided to come to my aid. Let's see. I don't have any way to supplement my health at the moment, so Anders, if you wouldn't mind hitting me with another heal, that'd be great. So, okay, guys, we'll be back momentarily. There we go. Stun. Didn't work. Cleave. Oh, I don't think I killed him. Okay, so that was like almost the perfect like practice fight that I could use. There was still, obviously I will get better at using these sorts of things. I was definitely doing more damage than I was usually. Okay, well let's move on to the next test, shall we? Alrighty, take two. So for this one, as I mentioned, I went into this, all this stuff, which gives me like a barrage, short time. It's very much like a burst build. I also just gave myself the other version of Stonewall, the better version of Shield Wall, because I think I will be spending a bit more time in defensive mode whilst I sort of wait for this stuff to recharge so I can do the burst damage. And I also gave myself this ability here, so let's just see how this thing works. Okay, so everybody over here, Iain, let's see how this goes. So first of all, get off battle synergy and put yourself into oh yeah, I don't have might anymore. Okay, so I guess I'm just normal at the mo. So let's do it. Let's make sure this is organized so I can actually see where the stuff is. So this lasts for 10 seconds and this other stuff lasts for 2 seconds, so 10 seconds I should say, so I think I know what I want to do. Get into Berserk as well. Okay, hello. So good amount of damage right off the gate. I no memory for numbers or anything like that. So how long's the cooldown on this stuff? Cooldown isn't too big, I should be fine. So let's just use Barrage. And then I mean I gotta admit, I kinda love it. Oh, hi! Alright, so it's about, at this point, healthing up, because that is a problem. And give myself a bit more mana and stamina regeneration too. Ta-da! And let's see. So he's still moving very fast, but I think I've been cast haste on. Yeah, I have. Right, be careful with him. I need to wait until all their stuff recharges before I can do anything. So get into shield defense mode so you can hold off until the time comes. What is this? What is this you're doing to me? Aha, that. Cleanse it. Give yourself more health via Anders doing that. Very nice. So he teleported away, but he's going to teleport back any second now. Get out of there. So he's in shield defense mode, which does... Wow, there's a Revenant there as well? Where was that last time? This could be problematic. He's about to pull me as well, isn't he? Actually, I don't think it worked. Well, we have enough juju now to just do it, so... Anders, you're in Vengeance, not Panacea, unfortunately, so... Let's see. I can't think of anything that would just get him out of the fight for now. Use Tar Bomb. Would have been good if it was faster than that, honestly. Run away. Oh, fucking balls. He's gonna go down. Yeah, okay, he's going down. He's facing a several person fight on his own, so whatever. Gonna get them coming out here, right? Get Panacea back on the go. You killed Iain. Okay, now he's up again. And his health stuff should have recharged. Get that down, you. Iain?
Oh, this will be fun!
Alright, now's the time, now's the time, now's the time. Test out again. Berserk. That. And then... I'm stunned. Fuck! Don't be stunned. Well...
Hawke, hang in there!
I think we can maybe call this experiment a failure. Okay, back in a mo, guys. Alright, let's try this again. So I probably cut through this. Cut through that, but last time I think I ballsed up because my companions would not stop helping. And things got silly, so let's try it again. So how many times was I activating that? I guess granted, let's do this by the numbers. So this does 10% of remaining stamina, and at this point from here I have that would be like an 18% damage boost. Adding that to 30% in total, it's no plus 75% that Cleave gives me. I'm kind of leaning more towards Cleave, so like that control. See, your tactics say you're holding, but I just saw you. This isn't what's the time, Mr. Wolf. Move out the bloody way. Now stay there like good non-player characters. Back, I see you over there edging towards the fight. I'll be fine. I can load anyway. Berserk. Get battle synergy off as well. I think I failed to do that last time too. And you know, let's activate all our defensive stuff too. So in like this. So I'm doing 103, 75, 76, 79 damage so far, with, well that's like with Berserk activated and stuff like that. So now I've got both these guys in front of me. Let's wait until the Arcane Horde shows up, because I want to try my burst out on him. We saw it work fine last time. Okay, good. Okay, for the sake of argument, give myself a stamina buff. Okay, now before you do anything else, stun. Didn't work, didn't bloody work. Silence him. And cleanse the area. Now, did that just cleanse his silence? I don't think it did. I hope not. Get a health thing down you as well. Now, whilst he's away, I've got the I've got the barrage thing on the go. Start attacking. Start doing that.
This is going badly.
Ow. Okay, can you get there in time to heal him? Okay, so I think I'm getting maybe the general idea here. I've still got Berserk on, which is nice. Okay, I think I maybe made a decision here. Hopefully we don't get Revenant appearing, but everybody pour in here. Start doing this thing. No, here, save me. Get fucking Panacea back on the go. Sure, fuck it, I know what I want to do, never mind. Meta. Okay, pre-spec again. Alright, so I think that's maybe answered the question. The Berserk damage boost thing is fun but awkward. If I could keep clicking the Berserk kind of boost thing, like so many times in a row, that would be brilliant. Like queue up a load of them, but I'm having to wait each time, and trying to use that in cooperation with Barrage whilst its cooldown runs down is just a little bit too awkward. So I think overall, I'm liking Vanguard. Grab this, and just do some more damage in general. In terms of taking threat, you're gonna need that, so do that. Grab this stone wall, and for my last trick, using shield wall while using the berserker mode was actually okay, but I think passive abilities in general is going to be best. Is there anything else that I want? Am I forgetting something? I mean, immunity to critical hits would be nice. Now that I have chosen specialized war defense, I think I want this. Yeah, I get that. Why not? I was going to get it eventually anyway. Damage resistance +5. And there we have it. So that's us now. And we can always respec again if we want. Feel free to weigh in on this in the comments. I'm actually fairly up to date between like when I'm recording and what episodes I'm releasing, so it won't take me too long to respond to it. I was looking at forums and stuff like that for the best way, but for this specific kind of balance, the way I think about it is that Fenris is a damage dealer, Aveline is a tank, and they're both better versions of both those things than I could ever be. So I'm going to try and strike the middle ground here like I am basically in life. And my choices at the moment, trying to get this sort of slightly offensive tank going, with a bit of damage power. And the defensive stuff is for practicality. The offensive stuff is just kind of for fun. I like taking down enemies like that, so I didn't want to be constantly poking at enemies from behind shield wall. That's not what I'm going for, but making use of the abilities kind of sparingly and turning on modes and turning them off again when they are not best used is definitely sort of what I want to be going for here. So yeah, any weigh-in, because I know I've got some smart people in my comments, let me know. Let me just let me know your opinion on it. So thank you. I am going to sort out my hotbar and my tactics and that side of things, because I've got a whole new bunch of abilities. I've got more than I used to. That needs some time. So back with you in a little bit. And there we have it. Okay, tactics set up. Not that I tend to spend much time out of his use anyway. Keeping this stuff on, might and battle synergy for the most part. Turn the blade activates when I get low on stamina basically, and shield defense activates when I'm surrounded by people. But I'm gonna have to be careful to switch between these modes. They are going to become quite important. So let's boogie. In fact, I see a better way I can arrange that. There we go. This for real this time, like proper PCs. Done testing out this. Down the Vanguard route. Iain has spent some time specialising into a more attack-based formation while still trying to retain some of that defence. Some anger that he's controlling, perhaps he will go further down the Berserk field as his frustration accumulates, but for now, it's just a small thing which he uses to give himself a little bit more, take a few deep breaths, you know, give him some more stamina in tight corners. Open up. Fuck y'all. This is how we're doing now. So still at the front, still holding up health just fine, but these are only like 3 enemies. Knock them around. Still can't use shield bash. Forgot I'd use that. And 1 arcane horror. We know it's no good for silence, so just silence him. Bueno. So that'd be why the Revenant appeared here, is that it was always here, it just appeared further down the corridor that first time, I suppose. Hello! Not Darkspawn I see, although there are some links between Darkspawn and demons. Not many of them, but still. So are you doing anything? No, pay attention to me, please. I'm stunned. Bloody Revenants. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, now cleave. Cleave and assault. Range. Whoa, was that mass pool? Not on, not on. Get out of there. Back as well. You're the squishiest. By the way, I've formally recognized that Rona does not take up any stamina. She's just a bonus. Whoa, okay, yeah, there's one more.
Messing with us is suicidal.
Okay, I mean, I say that goes fairly well. It's like Iain has a fair bit to do. I'll need to litmus test over several battles, obviously. The fact that Maker's Sai is so cheap is a very nice touch. Because if it wasn't so, then, well, there'd be a lot of pressure putting into deciding on the right thing to get. Oh, that's quite nice. I think Fenris is better, but Yeah, that is nice. So you guys think of my new shield, huh? Pretty cool. So what are we doing today? I kind of want to do some companion quests, actually. Oh. Ooh, a Virtashan. So they're gloves, so only I can wear them though, right? Did I just get a codex? There is never a shortage of hunters. The Vir Tanadal, the Way of Three Trees, has lured many to Andruil's side. The Viratishan, the Way of Peace, is a harder path to tread, and few are called to hear Silese's wisdom. Those who hear that call are in the arts of the healer and the mender. So it's for mages. It's good. But not for me. Not for me. Right, so recently opened passage was actually not so recently open. This is still the trial. Of course it is. I forgot this was here. But it's become a little bit infested with demons since we've been away, so nice to clear it out. Let's see. I'm gonna browse in one of those places that I didn't actually browse. Speaking of, want to nip to the elves whilst I'm here. No, nada. Nada. Thank you.
We were once more than we are.
Maybe you were. Wonder if he's talking about the dwarves or the golems, or... Because that could apply to a lot of things. Anything victim to entropy, that could apply to. Right.